Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is your Realtor Hugo here with another live. Thank you to everyone out there listening and tuning in wherever you are. I greatly appreciate it. It is truly my pleasure to bring this live to you every day. So, thank you to everyone out there that views this live and participates. And thank you to everyone, no matter where you are watching, no matter what you're going through. I really do appreciate it. And thank you for tuning in. I hate to get sentimental on you all, but really it is a blessing to be here with you guys. And as always, it is my honor. I am Hugo Quintanilla, a licensed realtor in Maryland with Long and Foster. Hi. I'm a little shell shocked. It's been quite a hectic day. So, the long and the short of it, today we're going to be talking about finding your perfect rental 10 tips for researching neighborhoods like a pro. So, if you know anyone that is on the house hunt, is looking for a rental, or has questions about leasing, this would be a great class to actually participate and have them come in. What I'm looking for right now is, I think you guys are picking up a little bit of extra noise, but unfortunately I can't do anything about it right now. So I do apologize, but let me get started and get you guys some of this information. So, number one, determine your priorities. Before diving into neighborhood research, list your top priorities. Do you value proximity to work, vibrant nightlife, or nearby parks? Make sure you're clear about what's non negotiable so you can quickly identify suitable neighborhoods. Get very clear about what it is that you're in the mood for, what it is that you like. Be honest with yourself and sincere, because the more real about what it is that you value you can be, the more honest you can be in your home search, and hopefully the closer you can be to ultimately finding the property of your dreams. Number two, budget considerations. Establish a realistic budget by following the 30% rule. Allocate no more than 30% of your monthly income to rent. This ensures you have enough left for other expenses, from student loans to weekend getaways. Another good rule of thumb to hold on to is to never go above 30% of your credit utilization. Remember, credit utilization impacts about 35% of our credit score. So if you can keep it under 30%, that's great. And keeping uh, using allocating no more than 30% of your monthly income to rent, keeping that as your baseline, is again another great way to make sure that you're not overspending and also living within your means. That's also the same number and percentage that they use for home loans. So if you can live comfortably while leasing, doing that, you'll most definitely be able to purchase a home. Number three, research online tools. Use online tools like Zillow and Niche to explore neighborhood features and amenities. Walk scores help gauge walkability, while Reddit's local subreddits can give you unfiltered insight from the residents. I would also look into sites like Nextdoor and, of course, good old fashioned Meta and all of their data. When you type in an address into Facebook or Meta, you will inevitably get some community information about the properties in that area. So keep an eye out. If you are looking for more detailed information, as always, you can look at the police website, as well as, of course, Montgomery County's website and the county of your choice. You can also look into, if you really are interested in crime, the registry, of course, for sex offenders, and of course the crime registry as well. Something that's been brought up as of late, as we all know, with the recent hip hop drama. But I digress. Number three, excuse me, number four, safe and crime safety and crime rates. Speaking of websites that you can use to get a sense of safety, check local police websites for crime statistics or use platforms like Crime Reports. It's also a great idea to visit what neighborhoods during the day and night to gauge safety firsthand. That's actually a very good tactic to make sure that you are seeing the property in all of its glory in during the daytime and during the nighttime. If there's some open houses, go during the open houses and then schedule some showings. This is an investment for a long period of time. So make sure that you're happy with it and that it's actually something that is fulfilling you and making you happy. And that's why we need to establish so much your priorities on the first step. Because if we can hold true to those, then we've done it right. It's very easy to get confused and swayed along the way. But if we can hold true to what you're initially looking for, there's a lot that we can do. Number 5, commute and transportation. Factor in your commute. Use Google Maps to test out the journey to work or school at different times of the day. If you rely on public transportation, check transit maps for routes and stops. It almost seems common sense to gauge how much you're going to be in traffic. But I highlight this because 30 minutes day in, day out, 45 minutes day in, day out, hour day in, day out, it gets to you. I always suggest that you should be traveling no more than 15 minutes from your place of business. Altogether, round trip 30 minutes. That's a reasonable amount of time to be in a car. Over 30 minutes one way, we're already reaching the upper border of where you should be when it comes to fuel efficiency for most cars and cost effectiveness of the job. Now, there's always the job that, hey, gives you the salary and it's worth going out a little bit further, but that's very rare for not everyone. So, calculating the commute, the cost of gas, the maintenance of the vehicle, the transportation methods, is there public transportation available? Is it walkable? These are all things that you got to keep into consideration because you could find a great place, but if you're going to be spending more on transportation and commute, are you really coming up or are you going down? Number 6, lifestyle and amenities. Consider your lifestyle. Are you a gym junkie, a coffee connoisseur, or a nature enthusiast? Visit neighborhoods to see which offers the amenities that suit your lifestyle best. I've had the pleasure of checking out properties in the Kentlands, over in Crown, in the Washingtonian, and those properties are so walkable and have so many amenities nearby that really it can be such a delight every evening after work to go out and go enjoy your meal or go have fun at the bars or meet new friends or get to know more people. It truly is its own community and nightlife, so it can be a great source of entertainment and fun. But if you don't have these amenities, you could be missing out on a lot of potential adventures. So, if these things are important to you, if having a coffee shop near you, having good grocery stores near you, having parks and recs, and having accessibility to movie theaters and other forms of entertainment or restaurants are important to you, those are all things that you need to outline because we're very lucky here to have everything usually within 30 minutes of most major cities, but not everywhere is like this. And it truly could be miles and miles before you even see civilization in some of these places around the United States and the world. So, number 7, schools and education. If education is your priority, research nearby schools on websites like Great Schools for rating. Excuse me, I'm getting so tongue tied. Nearby schools on websites like Great Schools for ratings and reviews. This is essentially essential for every renter to look into, as schools can indicate a family friendly neighborhood. Now, school calculations and all these things vary because they're all to some degree a little temperamental. You have to take it all with a grain of salt and also look at the county websites because they have to report to the parents. So This is a great source of information, but again, get lots of different sources under your belt and do your research, because schools change districts and change boundaries all the time. Don't purchase a house or don't lease a home solely on the school, especially if you're not in the main sector of that school's district, or can't verify that you are assignable, safely assignable to that school from that home. And there are tons of tools on most websites for most counties to look that up. So make sure you do that due diligence before signing any paperwork, because if you move into a home and it's not in your school district, it could be very complicated to get your child back into the school of your choosing. So, number 8, future developments. Check the local planning department's website for an upcoming construction or development. This insight can reveal potential noise, traffic, or even an upcoming neighborhood. Again, something to look into the future and to see. This usually applies most to people that are purchasing, but it is always not always disclosed at the time of making an offer. So you have to do your due diligence and do some research and see if there are some publicly available plans, because even though it might not be in your documents, disclosures, so to speak, it is important for you to know. Now, is buying a house a guarantee that everything's going to stay the same? Absolutely not. So, even if the plans are there, things might change. So, it's good to know about these things. It's good to know about timelines, but to keep in mind that time will have to pass for these things to take place. So, staying attuned to what's happening is just essential. Number 9, community feel and demographics. Every neighborhood has its own vibe, whether it's hip and artsy or quiet and suburban. Walk around and talk to locals to get a feel for the community. Does it align with your lifestyle? I've talked about it before. There are communities in Maryland where they have a community library where someone, puts up a post with a little, I guess, book stand, and people can come and donate their books and share within the own community. It's kind of like give a book, take a book. Very cool, very great programs that are built and sponsored by the own community and themselves, and HOAs and things like that. So kind of shows community ownership and community appeal, which can be always a great way to help not only maintain your own mental health, but boost morale of the community as well as value in the properties. And now, having good people around you is always a great selling point. Having a great community around you is even better one, because people feel like they're buying into a great place. And really, when everyone feels comfortable, it's truly a great place. Number 10, last one for tonight. Rent trends and availability. Research historical rent trends and vacancy rates to understand the rental market dynamics. Knowing this information can help you negotiate rent and anticipate future increases. This is something that with lockdown has very much had an impact and been impacted, I should say, and also is a little skewed. You have to realize that prices have gone up. It is understandable that most places are being increased, but they're being increased to adjust for the market, because the market is so much higher. So prepare yourself for your particular area and your situation. Not every area is the same, not every situation is the same. So make sure that you're doing your research about the trends that are happening here locally, so to speak, in your area. Because if here, where we have such an influx of government positions and transitory employees, we have a bubble, of protection, so to speak. In other places where there isn't such an influx of jobs or job security, or maybe just a very few types of industry available where people can work or have jobs for, a trend like this can be noticed. A downward spiral in the community can be noticed. So you don't want to really spend time in places where you think it might be more costly than it's worth. You got to be smart about these things. But remember also that you could potentially find great deals in those places. That's why it's important to stay on top of the trends. Now, don't put yourself in risk for some savings, but don't lose out on money because you just didn't do your due diligence and your research. And speaking of due diligence and research, today we were talking about finding your perfect rental 10 tips for researching neighborhoods like a pro in case you are looking for a lease or looking for a property to buy, because this is all applicable. This is all the same types of questions that you'll be working over when you start the home ownership process. To recap, number one was determine your priorities. Number two was budget considerations. Where's your budget at? Number three, research online tools such as Zillow and niche.com to get a gauge of what's going on in your area. Safety and crime ratings. Make sure you do your due diligence with police websites and also crimereports.com. Commute and transportation. Be conscious of your commute. Don't spend too much time in your car or on public transportation. It's just not worth it at a certain point. Lifestyles and amenities. Find out exactly what you're into so that you have that available near you and you can still enjoy your life while you're leasing. Schools and education. If education is important to you, make sure that your assignment tools on your local websites for the county are verifiable and can guarantee, so to speak, that your child will be going to the school that you need them to go to. That's the easiest way. And second easiest way, probably calling the school and verifying yourself. So number 8, future developments. Look into the future of the plans in the area. See if anything has come up, if there's anything in the pipeline. This is all public information that you have to get involved with to get. These meetings are relatively empty most weeks. So go out there, check them out, get involved. It really is worth it. Number 9, community feel and demographics. How does the community feel? How does the area, vibe? Is the makeup of the community? Those are all good things to look into, and you should go during several times of day to talk to people. See if this is a type of community you see yourself in. Number 10, rent trends and availability. Look at what's happened in the history and just take into consideration that lockdown was a very unique period of time. And since then, we have seen an increase of rates due to lack of inventory in most areas. But area is different. So make sure you're doing your due diligence, okay? Ultimately, the goal is to find a community that feels like home. By knowing your priorities, budget, and lifestyle needs, you can confidently choose a neighborhood that best suits your needs. And that's really what it's about, ladies and gentlemen. It is about finding something that makes you feel fulfilled. You're going to be spending money. Yes. It's going to be expensive. Yes. It's hard to work for your money. Let's make your money work for you and at least give you a place that makes you feel good coming home, makes you feel relaxed, makes you feel comfortable. Not every place is perfect. There are sometimes horror stories that we get, and we hear about, but you have rights as a tenant and you have options. It's just a matter of doing your research and looking and saving and living below your means and trying every day a little bit harder to succeed. Because a little bit every day will get you there. And you don't need to become a billionaire overnight. You just need to keep developing day by day. Really, I appreciate you all tuning in. That's my cue that I gotta go. I really do appreciate you all tuning in. To anyone that's out there that is having a hard time with anything that they're going through, I really do appreciate you watching, and I wish you the best. Really, I do. I know it's difficult out there with all the things that we have going on all different types of fronts, but you are here now for a reason, and you are doing things within your control. Things that you can't control, we'll worry about later. So I wish you all the best and hang in there. On the real estate front, if anyone needs any help with real estate, I am always here to help. My phone number is 240-389-4846. My email is hugo@lnf.com. My website is yourrealtorhugo.com. And I am Hugo Quintanilla, a local realtor in Maryland, licensed with Long and Foster. Here to help you out. Navigate life in real estate, apparently. Hang in there, guys. We'll make it. Take care. I will see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow's topic is going to be rental applications, how to stand out. And yeah, hang in here. This week is going to be predominantly about leasing. So if you're interested about getting into leasing or leasing properties out, this is a great week to tune in. So really, I appreciate all of you. I hope you all have a great day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Take care. Have a great night. Get some rest. Bye.